It's okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sir, please stop sharing your screen.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I should. Okay.
He has come to stay. He has come to stay.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Confidence, are you here?
Good morning, the librarian. I'm product provider from Physics Department. Good morning, librarian. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm product provider from Physics Department.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
We can hear you, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Confidence, are you up? So we have just a minute to commence. So good morning once again, everyone.
Good
Dear
morning.
esteemed participants, my name is
Good
Tizi Mata.
morning. Can you hear us?
Yes, ma. Dr. Fatima.
Go ahead, please. Mata, go ahead. It's 11 o'clock.
Yes, ma. Thank you. So today we are here again. To learn about one of the most prevalent things that is happening right now in every sphere of life. And I feel so delighted to be welcome to this time. So on behalf of the organizing committee, we want to warmly welcome you all to this webinar on artificial intelligence. And we know that it has relevance in academic and administrative practices. So we want to especially appreciate the presence of our distinguished prof and facilitator. But before we proceed, kindly permit me to outline a few guidelines to ensure a smooth, productive session. One of it is that we should please keep our microphones muted and our videos muted also. Then we are also encouraged to use the chat box for any observations, comments, questions while the training is on. Then questions will further be giving clarification later on, then please, let's maintain professionalism. We want decorum in the room. And please, we are encouraged to stay to the end of this session so that we can be able to magnify the benefits from this training. So once again, thank you all for joining us. So I want to hand over the mic right now to our registrar. Are you here? Are you online, Dr. Paul? Dr. Fatima, are you here?
There's no need.
Hello, Martha. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beautiful. All right.
So over to you, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Nigeria Maritime University workshop on artificial intelligence for teaching and non-teaching staff. My name is Fatima Jibril Abdul Dayan, the University Librarian, Nigeria Maritime University, Okerenkoko, Delta State. So I'm going through the participant list now to confirm if my Vice Chancellor is on this call. The Vice Chancellor of the Nigeria Maritime University is Professor Flora Tobolayefa Oluwafemi. She's the Vice Chancellor of the Nigeria Maritime University. And the registrar, who happens to be my co-host, is Dr. Paul Bebenimi-Bo. And he's also struggling to join. I'm sure they will be online any moment from now. And then we have our facilitator, my professor, a professor of urban and regional planning, and an expert in artificial intelligence, and also a very big mentor to me and to a lot of us. He is from the Federal University of Technology, Mina, in person of come online. Morenikeji, Professor Oluwole Morenikeji, who is the resource person for today's workshop on artificial intelligence for teaching and non-teaching staff in tertiary institutions. The theme of the workshop for today is AI as a tutor versus AI as a ghostwriter, drawing the red line. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and is also being live streamed on YouTube. So in case you're not able to connect, please don't worry. There will be the recorded version will be shared and will also be available on our YouTube page on NMU Library. Just type NMU Library. And then other instructions will be dropped in the chat box as we move on. And most importantly, Martha, I need you to drop the two platforms that we're going to use for the workshop. I need you to drop it in the chat box. Please, our facilitator for today, Professor Morenikeji, he had instructed that we try to sign up on two very important platforms that we are going to use for the training. And there's going to be in the chat box is Google Notebook LLM and another platform. All you need is just to sign up with your Gmail and it's free, okay? So that by the time we get to the practical session, you'll be able to follow either on your phone if you're connecting from your phone or from your laptop or whatever device you are using to connect. Please ensure you sign up on the two platforms, okay, with your Gmail account. So now I want to read Oluwole Morenikeji. Professor Oluwole Morenikeji is a professor of urban and regional planning, Department Department of Urban and Regional Planning, School of Environmental Technology, Federal University of Technology, MENA. He is also an expert in artificial intelligence, a tutor in that area, and he's been doing that for a long time. He's a distinguished scholar with a diverse international academic degree with a PhD in transport planning in 1998 FUT MENA, and then a split-site PhD fellowship at the University of Trieste in Italy in 1994, a postdoc Commonwealth Fellowship, University of Leeds, UK from 2004 to 2005, and then MSc Urban and Regional Planning, University of Benin in 1998, and then a BSc in Geography from the University of Calabar in 1983. With over 36 years of experience in higher education and research, including 20 years as a full professor, Professor Morenikeji has held several key administrative roles, including the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, FUT MENA, Dean School of Environmental Technology, Director Servicom, Head of Department Urban and Regional Planning, with specialization in academic integrity and artificial intelligence. Professor Morenikeji is a leading voice in institutional policy and ethical scholarship, and he has served as pioneer chairman of Artificial Intelligence Policy Committee, spearheading frameworks for the integration of generative AI in higher education. He is also the pioneer chairman of Anti-Plagiarism Committee, where he established core protocols for maintaining original scholarship and academic honesty. He introduced and implemented Turnitin in FUT MENA as far back as 2011. He also has expertise which focuses on the intersection of technology, methodology, and specifically in quantitative techniques and research methodology. The ethical use of AI in academic research and professional planning is just one of his numerous areas of interest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our resource person and facilitator, a mentor, a professor, and a teacher, Professor Oluwole Morenikeji. Thank you so much, sir, for taking our time to share your very vast wealth of experience with us this morning. All right, so before I invite Prof, permit me to quickly go through the participant lists and appreciate everyone's presence. I'm seeing a lot of professors on this call. I'm also seeing my colleagues, librarians. I can see Dr. Biliami Popola. I'm seeing staff of Nigeria Maritime University, Okerenkoko. I'm seeing University past presidents of the Nigerian Library. University, Okerenkoko, Delta State. I'm seeing a lot of postgraduate students. And I'm also seeing the representative of the Federal Ministry of Education, who is a governing council member of the Nigeria Maritime University, Madam Helen Wang. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your support to NMU and particularly to the library. We are happy to have you here this morning. All right. And I'm still trying to go through to see if I have my Vice Chancellor and the Registrar on the call. Okay, I can also see principal officers from the Nigerian Maritime University. I'm seeing the Provost of Okerenkoko, Professor Perekibina Bariwani, and my Registrar, the Registrar of the Nigerian Maritime University, Okerenkoko, is on this call right now. And also the Director of ICT Unit, a worthy partner of the library. We've been working together to put this to ensure that this is a success. That's Dr. Bolo. Thank you. All right, so I will invite the registrar, who is also the co-host of the workshop this morning, in person of Dr. Paul Bebenimibo, for his quick opening remark, and then we invite Professor Morenikeji for his presentation. My registrar, sir, over to you. Dr. Paul, please unmute and then
Okay.
speak.
Yes. Good morning, the university librarian, and good morning, all. Please permit me to observe the already established protocol. Even at that, let me also thank my Vice Chancellor, Professor Flora Oluwafemi, for this opportunity to be part of this program. Well, I want to explore the importance of this program. You know, the issue of artificial intelligence has been on the front burner, like when the issue of new media came in some time ago. And it's good that we should give ourselves the opportunity to be tutored and also to make good use of this development, artificial intelligence. So I welcome all of you on board, and I also want to thank the resource person for accepting to be with us at this time. So I welcome you all and thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. That is the registrar of the Nigeria Maritime University, Dr. Paul Bebenimibo, and the co-host of this workshop. He's here with the entire workforce of the registry department and non-teaching staff of the university, and they are all on this platform. All right, so it is 11:15. 15 minutes is enough for pleasantries. Now, permits me to invite our resource person and facilitator, a teacher to many of us, a mentor to so many of us on this call, Professor Oluwole Morenikeji. Prof, you are welcome, sir. Please share your screen and then you can begin your presentation. Thank you. Okay, Prof, please click on, yes, from beginning, yes. We cannot hear you, sir. Prof, can you say something to confirm that we can hear you?
Maybe somebody muted me. So let me start again.
Martha, please ensure that Prof is not, okay, we can hear you now, sir. Yes.
I am thanking the management.
But we cannot see your screen.
I'm trying to share
We
now.
cannot see your screen, sir.
Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Not yet. Yes,
Great.
yes, we can.
Yes.
We can see your screen and we can hear you.
Very
Perfect, Prof.
good. Very good. I'm just excited that a unit of the university is organizing a workshop and the entire management is present. I'm just praying for confidence because of the caliber of people online now, and I will be able to deliver. Let me thank the university librarian too, who have been part of what we did and what we are still doing at FUT Mina. I remember in 2011 when we started academic integrity, introducing Turnitin, and even our colleagues and many other people rose up against us that some of us have become a professor and we are now putting roadblock. I remember how students were pursuing Madam Fatima to her house over Turnitin issue. But she's an Amazon. She made us to succeed in that program. When we started the AI policy too, she was part of it. And I'm happy to also state that she's part of my board on the Nigerian Journal of Technological Research Journal of the university. So I'm not surprised about what you are doing in your new appointment over there. We are looking at AI and want to assume that all of us are familiar. We are already using it even on our phone. You want to write something and there's text prediction that predicts what you want to say. And you know how embarrassed one can be if you want to write something and you assume you have written what you want to write and the autocorrect change it to something else after you have posted it. That means we have to always take a second look on what AI is doing for us. And thank God that WhatsApp now has editing facilities that after you have sent something, you can still go back and edit. But it may not be so for so many other things that we post or what we publish. So those are some of the things we want to emphasize this morning. And then to introduce us to some tools that we can confidently use because it will be using our own data and it will not hallucinate. The task is much. We have a mixed multitude, so to say, teaching staff, non-teaching staff. We want to look at ethics and we want to look at some of the tools. So we pray we'll be able to manage our time. So I start by saying that AI has come to stay. And AI promises to take the heat off our heads. It's already taking the heat off our heads. But we must distinguish between the AI that assists and the ghost that replaces. And today we must draw the red line. Sorry, I'm trying to remove something that is blocking my... Uh-oh. Something is blocking my slide. Okay. So we will be doing a lot of illustrations to understand why we need to be careful when we use AI. For instance, in the kitchen of scholarship, AI is more than holding the spoon. It can steer the data and mix the variables, but it possesses no tasting bud. It cannot taste for truth or smell for bias. It is your eye, your human judgment, that must watch the outcome and ensure the final feast. Sorry, I'm still struggling to remove something that is blocking me. Uh-oh. Wow. Okay. So what are we expecting in this workshop? We are going to define the super-powered learning brain. That's the AI itself. We are looking at the market principle versus raw consumption. What do we mean by the red line? Then the digital bodyguard for administrative staff, and then the patient uncle, AI in teaching and research. And then we look at the prohibited zone. Without taking much of our time, AI is just enabling machines to stimulate human problem solving and rationalization to achieve specific goals. It's like giving a brain to the machine to behave like human beings. We are giving it intelligence, and then we are equipping it with power to learn. We can show AI certain patterns. We can feed it with a lot of information, and it will be able to use that information to give answer to whatever inquiries we submit to it. It can also predict based on previous knowledge, and that is what they are using in machine learning. So it's a software acting as learning brain. It has power of a pattern recognition and it can predict. But there are ethical issues, and we will not overemphasize that. I use the example of making jollof rice. You need ingredients like rice, tomato, pepper, onion, vegetable oil, tomato paste, seasoning cubes, and so on. Are you saying you must produce every single ingredient by yourself? That means you will need to plant your own rice and wait for months for harvest. You need to grow your tomatoes, rear your chicken, press the oil from granules and palm fruit. By the time your meal is ready, you will have starved long ago. So what do? The best is to go to the market, pick the items, but you do not, in a moment of culinary madness, proceed to eat them raw. You process it. That is the human angle we are talking about. You must put the right quantity of each item on the fire at the appropriate time. You do not just simply put the pot on fire and walk away. You supervise, you stir, you taste, you adjust. If you abandon that pot on the fire, you will serve your guests not jollof rice, but half done, salty, stale, or burnt food. So, when you source ingredient, you go to market. That is what AI do for us, as I'm going to illustrate later when we were doing literature review in those days. You are the one to go and look at the shelves and pick your books. But today, AI can do that. Then you measure the quantities. That is where human selection comes. AI can go online and be bringing you articles, papers from blog sites rather than from a Google Scholar, not referee journals, but newspapers. So you are the one to sift and sort. Then you place on fire to cook. That's when you do your initial draft. You supervise the cooking. You select the essential ones. And then you cannot take AI output and serve it directly. It must be processed, seasoned, supervised by your intellectual sweat. We are going to use the example of a literature review. In those days, so during our own time, you will visit the library, and there are many sessions in the library, as we were taught at under use of English, use of library in those days. You get to library, you go to the appropriate shelf that have been labeled A0, A high, all those Dewey and other type of classification system. If you are a postgraduate student, where they will allow you into serials to where journals are kept, there you cannot take the books out. You will sit down with your notebook and begin to jot down. In some cases, some books or materials are not available. You apply through your librarian to another university for inter-university book loan. Very stressful. You write down, you take note of the author, the page number, and the statement that appeal to you. Even after that, you cannot just go and start doing literature review and writing your section and be beginning to say, according to, as noted by, as opined by. There must be an imprint of your own thought process, synthesizing, critiquing, and looking for gaps in knowledge. That intellectual sweat was what transformed information into research. But today, what do we see? How many students spend time in the library? Most of the materials are online now, accessible through their phones. The landscape has changed, and now AI can take that heat off our heads. Now let's return to our jollof rice. AI has put us on the fast lane. We are a generation that prefers moving on the fast lane. We do not want to cook. We want to eat. So we order already prepared meat from bukateria. And in this analogy, the bukateria represent generative AI. And that's what most people are familiar with. ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, and so on. But these are generative AI. These can hallucinate. These can cook information for you. Some of them were trained with information up to maybe 2024. And they don't have information about 2025 and 2026. So we must be wary of them, even though they are improving every day. Perplexity AI in particular, maybe it's linked to Google, so it's always up to date. Perplexity AI. I will be dropping some names. The other bit of it is we may now order from modern eateries like Mr. B's, Chicken Republic, Tantalizer. These are equate with custom AI. AI that have been prepared to handle specific tasks. There are AI for booking trips online. There are AI that serve like a customer service. There are specific AI that are too good for literature review. So AI has put us on fast lane. But we must always remember that AI is a tool, so use it wisely. Use it only to brainstorm. Use it to clarify your thoughts, to test your arguments, to find paths through forests of ideas. Do not use it to generate entire content for you. Though for educational purposes, I will mention some AI that can write PhD thesis for you. But note, like this proverb, how do they say it? If a child knows how to die so early, the parents also know how to bury quickly. There are trainings we are organizing for people to detect AI-generated content. And there are AI also that detect it, just as we have a Turnitin to detect plagiarism. AI can give generic responses, just general statements that are not specific to your thesis. AI hallucinates, it fabricates references. Works that do not exist, it will quote it for you and reference it even in upper format. It will invent statistics, present falsehoods with confidence of a politician. It strips your work of originality. It can contain outdated information. It can steal your information. If you neglect to humanize your work and you are using wholesale content from AI, you will serve salty food, half-done rice, and burnt offering. You need to be very, very careful. When used correctly, AI saves time and increases productivity. There is no assignment given to me now that I will not save up to 80% of time in doing it. AI is a diligent research assistant who never sleeps. But when used unethically, it brings you shame. It dulls your intelligence. It kills critical thinking ability. It turns scholars into copy-paste merchants and thinkers into mere consumers of synthetic thoughts. Again, we say there's no escape from AI. Let us go down the memory lane a bit. In primary school, we cram multiplication tables. 2 times 1, 2. 2 times 2, 4. Up to 12 times 12, 144. Throughout primary school. Then they taught us board math. to crack some arithmetic assignments. But in secondary school, we learned how to use log tables. And later, some of us, we use slide rule, not the calculator. But today, what can we do without the calculator? Even NECO, WAEC, and JAM, they allow and even supply calculator to their candidates. And I ask, has this led to the extinction of great scientists? No. We move from the market woman calculator to the scientific calculator, and then to programmable calculator. However, there are restrictions on the use of calculator because it depends on the school level, the purpose, and the situation. For scientists on a discovery mission, there is no restriction. But for certain examinations, the use of programmable calculator is banned. So it must be with AI. You cannot use AI to generate entire content 100% for your thesis or your project. There are areas you can use it, which I will cover. If you are using it for informal activities, yeah, we call free zone, like daily planning, casual brainstorming, personal organization. Yes, you can use. But in a formal or for academic use, a supervised zone like university, you don't just put university data online. So mandatory oversight is required for official reports and memos, for theses and dissertations, and for peer-reviewed research. So in those areas, human supervision is not optional. Draw the red line. Let AI be your tutor, not your ghost writer. Be that as it may, let us now begin gradually to see how we should proceed when we want to use AI. First, the response of any AI is as good as your prompt. You must learn how to prompt properly. And what is this prompt? It's your instructions, and we are going to do some exercise in that area. Or question to an AI. It is what you type or say to tell AI what you want it to do. So it is how you talk to AI. You are the director and the prompt is your script. In those days, you have to write codes. You must necessarily be a programmer. When you want to do multivariate statistics or quantitative analysis and to use even ordinary, okay, don't let me say ordinary, SPSS in those days, you have to submit your data to an expert. They have to punch card. You have to deposit everything and they will tell you come back next week. Those that are using R or all those programming languages, you will see them writing something looking jagala, zigzag. But today, AI can write code for you. AI, just by saying words or by typing instruction, ordinary day English language, it can develop software for you. It can design website for you. AI can book airline ticket for you and look for the cheapest for you. And that's what we call agentic AI. You will see AI just passing just ordinary instruction. It will be opening various websites in your presence, going here and there, gathering the information and write a report for you. It depends on the quality of your prompt. This is an example. You can tell Meta AI, and that's what most of us carry along every day, and we don't know it exists. Very, very powerful. If you go to your WhatsApp, you will see something with a rainbow color, almost circle, colorful. You click it, that's Meta AI. Extremely powerful and free. It can generate picture, it can generate video, it can write essay. So there, if you now say, write something about dogs, that is too generic. A good prompt will say, write a funny short story about a dog who dreams of being a detective. You see that this is creative. So that is what we mean by prompt. I will give us example of so many AI that are useful. For administrative staff or non-teaching staff, you are permitted to use AI for transcribing and recording minutes of meeting. If you have the software on your phone, you just on your phone and put on the table.
Oh, Russian that.
It records everything that is being said and it is typing it out for you. It saves a lot of time. You can use it to correct grammar and syntax in official correspondence. I don't know, I attended some meetings where half of the time for the meeting is used in correcting English in the minutes of meeting. You can use something like Grammarly to correct your grammar. You can use it to draft initial memo and routine letters. When I was HOD and then the registry staff in my office, I will ask him or her to write a letter. I don't know, they already have what they call templates, and the thing will come out fine. Today, AI can handle that. It's a digital assistant who never sleeps. This is a list of a common generative AI. Some of them have paid version, but the free versions are good enough. ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud, DeepSeek, Grok, Copilot, Meta AI. There's even one called Kimi, Kimi. I enjoy using that because it has so many free options. You can use it to do PowerPoint. You see, my PowerPoint is so plain here. I don't like too much colorful something. But if you are the one that want to make impression and you don't know how to use PowerPoint to be clipping this, clipping that, arranging this to form your visual, Kimi AI has a slides option. Just give it the topic, it prepare the slides for you. Slides Go and many others. These are powerful. DeepSeek, Kimi, and Qwen, Qwen. They are free, totally free, and they are very powerful. Let's look at where AI can support administrative staff. In admission and registrar's office, key challenges could include high volume of inquiries and document processing. AI chatbots, automated document verification, AI can handle that. Student services, repetitive FAQs, and appointment scheduling, frequently asked questions. You just give AI a document, it will already know the type of question people will be asking about that document. Any question that anybody has, it will be able to answer. IT support, finance, facility operation, and so on. Okay. I don't know if we have time to do this or we just look at it. For example, we can use Meta AI or Qwen or Kimi AI. A student writes to the registrar, I got a letter saying I am on academic probation. Does this mean I can't graduate? What do I need to do? If a registry staff want to respond to that or academic advisor, he will have to go and look at the university document or policy. And this is what the university policy states. Student placed on academic probation pursuant, no, it's too legalistic. Pursuant to regulation 7.4.1 must achieve a minimum semester GPA of 2.5 in the subsequent enrolled term to be reinstated to good academic standing. Failure to meet this threshold may result in academic suspension pending review by the Academic Progress Committee. This is too technical. It may even get the inquirer confused. So you now ask the administrative secretary to reply, and he or she says, so yeah, academic probation means you are not in good standing right now. You need to get your grade up next semester, like aim for a 2.5 or higher GPA. If you don't, things will get tricky and you might face suspension. But that's not automatic. The committee looks at it. You can still graduate eventually, but this might delay things if not fixed. Let me know if you need the form for academic support registry. But let's see how AI will handle this type of letter. You type it into an AI, you can use any generative AI. This is the answer I got, which is more intuitive, clearer. Hi, it will put the name. Thanks for reaching out. Being on academic probation means your recent grades fell below the university standard, but it's not permanent and you can still graduate. Well, what you need to do, earn a GPA of 2.5 or higher in your next enrolled semester. E.g., if you're on probation this semester, aim for B minus average or B averages or higher next semester. Meet your level advisor. They can help you plan courses and study strategies. If the 2.5 GPA is not met, your enrollment may be paused while the Senate reviews your case. You will be notified in writing before any change happens. You are not alone in this. Many students recover from probation. Let us know if you like help connecting with support services. Best registry team. This is professional. This is student friendly. So you can use AI to rewrite, and you can tell AI the tone you want it to use. Academic tone, friendly tone, religious tone, any tone. Just mention it and you get what you want. So the prompt is like this. It may not be as complicated as this. Student inquiry, you paste the student exact question. Then the official policy text, you state it. Then you tell the AI what to do. Open with a direct, emphatic, empathetic answer. Include one concrete, realistic example to clarify expectation, and so on. There are some registry activities, so not necessarily registry, even bursary, any unit, non-teaching activities in the university that will involve using databases and spreadsheets. These include student enrollment tracking, graduation audit preparation, grade processing, student inquiry, and so on. This is a simulated example. We are preparing for accreditation, and they are interested in looking at a rate at which students graduate. So we have a data like this. There is this quadratic AI, quadratic. It is free for people who have institution email address. So you can register using your data Maritime University's email. Then it will be free for you to use. This is the opening page of that software. It will ask you to create a blank file or fetch data from somewhere, or you just import CSV or Excel from your desktop and your file is loaded. The most wonderful thing about this software is that once it sees your data, it knows what you want to do. It even helps to suggest prompts. If you look at the left side, you see, do you want to add a new column to categorize students into STEM and non-STEM based on their program? Do you want to create column? That's under enrich. The first button here, the first menu here, enrich. You want to enrich this table. You want to add to this table to enrich it. You may want to create new columns. It has suggested combine cohort year and program into unique identifier. You may want to clean your data. And that's the problem. That's what we tell our students. When you come back from the field and you enter your data into Excel, don't go straight into data analysis. Sit down to clean your data. For example, if I want to write a delta, I start with a lowercase, letter D, lowercase in sum. I start with a capital D, uppercase D in sum. They are not the same thing when you get your output. You must clean your data. This software will help to clean your data. In the example I put here, it already noticed that there are variant spelling of physics as a department. I've seen no, and there may be many of them. Do you want me to change all the inconsistent spellings? Maybe I was writing a male, female, and in some places I write M or F. It will see it, and if they ask me whether to standardize it into M and F, there may be duplicates. When you send a Google form to people, they will fill it 5 times, 6 times, and be submitting. This software will help to remove such duplicates. Then you may want to visualize automatically. Under visualize, it will tell you, because if you want to do it manually, data that is not continuous, you may say you want to use a line graph, and it will not work. This one already
And
knows.
again, before they start the meeting, you stop there later.
This one will suggest that no, pie chart is good for you, bar chart is good for you, or you want to show trends and the type of data you can use from your spreadsheet. And then analysis. Hey, what type of analysis can I do here? Hey, if I want to present a report to the Vice Chancellor for his or her speech during convocation, and it was something about a graduating student, you put it here. It will tell you, do you want me to analyze the distribution of student statuses across different cohorts here? Do you want to visualize the proportion of genders within each academic program? Do you want me to compare the number of students enrolled per program? How many have 2-1? How many are in first class? You can even type your own question. Your own prompt is a very powerful software. We are still going to do some practicals. Let me just run through various ones. Then we will zero in on 2 particular ones that can do everything that I've been talking about. If you are to use Excel, which you are used to, you will write a lot of formula. Look at the middle of that, the table on the screen. Count if position E2 to E11 is yes, count A to, you begin to write before you can get the results. But this one automates everything. The little exercise I did there, it prepared the graph, it did the summary, and I can ask you to do many more. Now let me leak these secrets. When students write for us, or when secretary write for us, without subjecting what they write to any online tool to detect whether it is AI generated, immediately you begin to see these words, these languages, then you know it's AI generated. AI, they must use these languages. Depth into showcasing, underscores, comprehensive, crucial, intricate, pivotal. It is important to know that, needless to say that, tapestry, nuance, intricate, profound, illuminate, resonate, insightful, indicatable, and so on. By holistically addressing these changes highlight there is a notable shift. All these are AI language, it's machine language. But the greatest betrayal of all is that all or most, if not all, this generative AI or other AI, they are written in American spellings. Like my own university states everywhere, even in students' handbook, that we use UK in British English in our own university. But when you look at chapter 1 to chapter 4 of student project, they are all American English. America, that is the first red flag that we see. So be careful of this. Maybe I should leak another secret, how to overcome that one. When you write your prompt, you can tell AI to say, use UK English. Now, like I was talking about Bukateria, which are generative AI, and Mr. Biggs, which is a custom GPT. Those ones have been customized for specific tasks. And we are going to do some exercises on this if you are set. You see, this one, they go straight to databases, library databases online, Elsevier, Taylor and Francis, and so on, Google Scholar. They will not go to student page, association, union, websites, and be copying information for you. They will not go to blog sites. They will go to the appropriate site to bring information for you, for your literature review. They will not hallucinate. They will give information from verified sources. Generative AI will even give you DOI. It will give you link, URL. And when you click them, they will give you 404 error. It doesn't exist. But with customized GPT, they don't hallucinate. I will run through some of them. You will have this paper at the end. There is Iris AI. There is Site AI. Connected paper. This one, once you type a topic in Google Scholar and you get the most powerful paper, if you now carry the URL of that paper into connected paper software will now look for similar paper only so that you won't be beating about the bush, relevant, related to that particular topic. It's a very wonderful AI. There's PaperPile, there's Litmap, elicit.org. You see my favorite. Very powerful. What does it do? You type in your topic, research title. On the left pane, it will list hundreds of related papers. When you click each paper, it will open the page where that paper, you'll be able to verify that this exists. Then if you now create column for you, where you will ask for what is the aim of this paper, column 1, it will provide it. What are the objectives? What methodology was used? What are the findings? What are the gaps, limitations of this paper? It will arrange it for as many papers as possible. What else do we need for literature review? It's powerful. However, the free version will limit you to maybe only about 3 or 4 columns, 4 inquiry, 4 prompts. The same thing with SciSpace. It works the same way. Once you put in your title of your research or any paper you are writing, it will summarize the best 5 first for you, the best 5. Then it will do what elicit.org can do. It now has all the facilities to even write the literature review. It will check plagiarism level. It will even help you to humanize your work. All those terminology that I listed, it helps you to remove all of them. But it's not free. The free version is limited. Research Rabbit, it works like that connected paper. I think this one is totally free. It looks at your research topic and one powerful paper. It links you to other related papers. This is how the interface looks like. I was working on the impact of a petrol subsidy removal on transportation and its impact on livelihood. I selected one paper and it found 267 directly related papers. And then it mapped those papers. When you click any dot there or any circle there, you see that all the details of that paper is shown in the middle of what you are looking at. Now, Google has bequeathed to humanity a very, very powerful resource, very free. All the things that I said AI can do, this NotebookLM is a one-man riot. It can do everything, whether for academic work or non-academic work. And I pray we'll be able to demonstrate its use. Let me just first show us what it can do. Then I will stop sharing and go and open my Chrome. And then you open your own and we demonstrate what we are saying. Using NotebookLM, you are sure of the sources. You can view the sources by clicking on each paper. You can extract relevant information from the papers like abstract, methodology, findings, recommendations, even limitations. This is how the landing page looks like. NotebookLM. Understand anything. Is your research and thinking partner, grounded in the information you trust, built with the latest Gemini models. So once you're able to open it, just open with your Google email. Then you click Try NotebookLM. This is what you see. I have so many things there. But supposing you are opening for the first time, on the top left, you will see Create New Notebook. We are going to do it. Just follow me for now. Create New Notebook. When you click it, it will ask you to upload. If you already have trusted PDF papers or even Microsoft Word paper, articles, reports, you put them in a folder on your desktop or your laptop. You can now click Upload Files and then you navigate to that folder on your laptop. You select all the paper. That's the beauty of it. Some of the one I've been showing before, they can only allow you maybe only 3 papers or 10 papers. This one allows you to upload up to 50 papers, hundreds of pages, PDF. And powerfully enough, it can even analyze YouTube URL. You have something important in YouTube that explains everything to you, copy the URL and put in your folder. So you click Upload Files. But if you don't even have any material at all, if you look up, it says search the web for news sources. You just type your topic here. It will go and harvest all the relevant material for you. So this is my desktop. when I was preparing my PowerPoint for this, I went to the previous workshop papers I've presented, and I found 6 of them. I put them in a folder which I named Maritime University. I navigated to it on my desktop. I selected all the 6 papers and I clicked open. Immediately they are open. On the left pane, you see that all the 6 papers have been loaded. All. And if you are not satisfied, it's not enough. If you look up, you say add sources. You can add from other sources. It can take as many as 50. It can read everything inside this 50-bit PDF in the twinkling of an eye. Immediately you finish loading, it summarizes everything in the 6 papers. Even if you have 50, it will summarize everything. It will even put references. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, where I got all this information. Then at the bottom, you will see start chatting here. Chatting, I think it's single T. Start whatever question you want to ask about all those resources. What are the common themes running through the resources? Classify all the articles according to the similarity and divergence of opinion. Identify the aims and objectives of each paper. What are the limitations of each paper? And you will see it obeying you immediately. So looking at the paper I uploaded to it, it already suggested some prompts for me. It's okay. I've read about everything about this paper is talking about red line. What is the red line between AI as a tutor and a ghostwriter? How can I use the jollof rice analogy to understand AI supervision? What are the approved and prohibited uses of AI in academic research? That's the one he's suggesting for you. You can type your own. Maybe I picked one. Look at it at the top. What is the red line between AI as a tutor and a ghostwriter? And look at it. Red lines, and you find it in 1, 2, 3. This type of, from these sources. It shows that this is not hallucination. AI as a tutor, the supervised zone, it explains it. I wish our students know how to use this. All their PDF lecture notes, put them there, practice for exam. But rather, they will be on TikTok. I tell you, all my lecture notes I put here. And I asked it to generate 40 multiple choice questions for me. Because when you have to do, what do we call it, CA 3 times before exam for about 180 students, I will just put my lecture note here. Generate 40 multiple choice questions. It will do it. I will import it into Google, is it Google form we call it, and then use it as question, not as survey. I will indicate the correct answer. In fact, the correct answer is there. You send the Google form, the link to the class rep to share to students. They do their, and it's marked immediately, and their result is sent to their email automatically. I can do short quiz, short test, CA1, CA2, CA3. This is a very powerful AI tool. At the end of what it gave me, I say, now, look at my instruction on top. Write the citation in upper format, because that's what we use in my university. And look at it. The one without date, you say undated. And because all of the materials are from me, so it identifies me as the author. So let's see what you can do in the next 20 minutes. Now go to Google and type notebook. Let me see if I can stop sharing this one and go to my Google. I will now share. Where is okay? I think it's this one. I will go to Google Notebook. Now, I wouldn't know whether you are following me. You can do it on your handset. You can do it on your laptop.
We are following you, sir.
Ah, great. I'm happy.
Yes.
Let me give everyone 30 seconds to get to where I am now. Understand anything. NotebookLM. So if you are there, I will now click Try NotebookLM. Aha. Some of us there. Are you there?
Yes, sir. We are with you, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Aha.
Yes,
You
sir,
see on the left. Okay, good. I'm happy about the progress. You now say create new notebooks.
We are here. We are with you, sir. Your
Good,
lecture is very
great. Great. Click create new notebook. If you are there, then you now click at the bottom. Upload files. I click my own. You can navigate to where you have previous PDF files. If you don't have many, don't worry. If you have only one PDF, it will still work. If you have 50, select all the 50 and put there. So when you select either only one or as many as you have, up to 50, you click open at the bottom. Open. Me, I've already opened the I've already opened the one that is related to what we are doing today, Red Line AI. And you can see all the materials that are loaded. So if you have opened, you can select all or pick only one that you want. If you want to work with only one document, you select only that one document. If you are doing extensive literature review, you can select all. And when you click, you will see the summary. You can copy the summary and paste in Microsoft Word. Anything, any response it gives you, you can always copy at the bottom. I believe you are doing something. You can ask a question at the bottom there to get your own response based on the document you have uploaded. Or you can pick from any of the suggested prompts. The moderator can ask participants, one or two people, to share what they are doing so that I can know that they are on the same page with me.
Yes, please try to just screenshot and share so that Prof will see.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it in the comment section. Upload
Good.
it. Yes, sir, you can go on.
Okay, good.
We'll keep uploading.
That's just one small aspect of what this AI can do for you. If you look at the right side of the screen, you will see what is called Studio. Under the Studio, you see Audio Overview. This one is making us to even be lazier. If you upload all your document, as we see on the left, and you click Audio Overview, you turn your laptop into a radio station where you will see two people discussing everything inside your paper. They read it, they will discuss the point. Now we want our viewer to understand today what we mean by red line in artificial intelligence. And the second person will say, what is red line really? How does it relate to artificial intelligence? Then the first person will also say, yes, red line are the area we must not cross. Once you cross it, they will just be discussing the paper. Then we have a slide deck, which is like doing your slides for you for PowerPoint from all the paper you have uploaded. We even have video overview, just as if you are looking at all this YouTube academic presentation. You have the mind map, the one that we use line to connect various ideas. They're very easy for you to remember. If I say I want to be demonstrating it, some of them will take time because of internet to load, to summarize. But I will show you, I've already done screenshot of what I did. When I go back to my presentation, you will see all of them.
And sir, some people have uploaded already.
Okay, they're already uploading.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's okay. Good, good. That is just one aspect. The other aspect I'm just highlighting now are the other facilities under Studio. It can write a report based on all the documents you have submitted. It will even do executive summary, table of content, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, based on all the documents you have submitted. That's under report. It can do flashcard if you are preparing for an exam, professional exam or any type of exam. It will ask you a question, it will allow you to answer. Then it will now show you the correct answer. Flashcard. It can prepare quiz for you, and then it can do data table. You know, I was talking about quadratic, that you can upload the Excel file, and then you begin to query. There may be limitation there. But this software, once your Excel file is saved in PDF format, and you upload here, it will do all the summaries for you. I will show the screenshot I did. I demonstrated each one of them, but I found that when I was practicing, some are taking 5 minutes, some are taking 10 minutes to get done. So having shown you the interfaces, let me go back to my presentation. We still come back to do another software. So when you get these slides, I've listed a lot of prompts to help you understand the documents, especially if you are doing literature review. What type of prompts should you use? The general prompts, contextualizing the study, what is the theoretical framework or conceptual model underlying this study, methodological evaluation, analyzing findings and contribution, synthesizing and integrating. And when you have multiple papers, you can ask questions and you get answers from all the papers. Research gaps and contributions, methodologies and approaches, key findings, critical evaluation, future research directions. This is a study I did, and I wanted to write my literature review. Something on fuel subsidy and impact on people. I loaded up to 50 papers. I don't have time to read all the papers. I now say create in column. I see my prompt there. Create a table consisting of columns for authors' names, aim of the article, study area, findings, shortcomings of the article, and full reference of the article. At the end, write out the most important gaps in the articles to justify a nationwide research and see what it has done. The first paper, he said the author name is Ariola AA. And the aim of the article is to examine how households adjust their budget. The study area is Ibadan North local government or your state. His finding is that households are reducing the frequency of travel. But the shortcoming of the article is that this study focuses only on a single local government. And it does so for all the papers. So it's now left for me to sit down and begin to synthesize the author that did the same thing, the author that went beyond that and did another thing, the gaps in each of the study in order to justify my own present research. Now I said under studio, there are some tools there. Let's look at mind map. This workshop, this lecture, the materials I use for this lecture, let us see how it can be summarized using mind map. When you go to NotebookLM and you open on the right side, you see studio. Then you see mind map. When you click it, this is what it produces. It said the central theme is AI in scholarship, tutor versus ghostwriter. These are the major topics covered: understanding AI, jollof rice analogy, academic applications, administrative applications, the red line, essential tools, and the scholar's duty. You can still see some arrows in front of each box. So you can click again. So under understanding AI, this is what you get: superpowered learning brain, simulation of human intelligence, power recognition and prediction, generative versus custom AI. You keep on clicking and clicking and clicking. And you see how it breaks down all the 6 materials. This one is superb. Infographics. You pay heavily to get this one done in specialized AI before or software. Now they just included infographic, which is still in beta stage. When you click it, see what it produces. Just one flyer. The flyer sent to us to invite us to this webinar can also be produced here automatically. See how beautiful, how illustrative it is. AI guideline for academia. And then just in one leaflet, it has done it. When we use table, I now have a table which I converted to PDF, and I call it demo data PDF. Immediately I uploaded it. It summarizes what is inside. And then it says, what do I want? It has suggested some prompts. You want me to summarize the current status of students across different academic programs? How do student retention and graduation rates vary by department? Analyze student enrollment trends and gender distribution over the years. And you can type your own. This is the summary has given me. Maybe the Vice Chancellor wants a summary. What is the latest on our admission this year? And you have the admission table. It's now say, based on the student record provided in the sources, student retention and graduation rates vary significantly across the 3 departments. Microbiology shows the strongest performance metrics with a 50% graduation rate, that is 1 out of 2 students, and 100% retention rate as the remaining student is still active. In computer science, they have 100% retention rate with all the 4 students, even if you have 1,000 students. That's how it will analyze it. Physics, which includes entry for both physics and physics. It even noticed the variant spelling of physics, but he has combined them. He's so intelligent. So that is how we use data table. And again, I ask it another question. What are I said, can you tabulate for me AI true name, application category, approved function, prohibited uses, ethical guideline, URL or site for each AI tool, and the sources. See what it has done. Okay, for ChatGPT, it's for general purpose and content generation. What can we use it for? That is ethical. It's say for answering questions, generating text, assisting with reasoning, brainstorming, drafting initial memo, correcting grammar, updating lecture notes. What are the prohibited uses? Generating entire papers or essay, submitting AI-generated work as original, and completing take-home exams. Ethical guideline, it has summarized everything. You see that 60 to 80% of our time can be saved, and our productivity can be upped to up to maybe 60% also. Statistical analysis. That's my area of specialization. I'm always happy when I see data. I begin to crunch. And when our students want to do the same thing because of the proliferation and accessibility to, access to various statistical software, they start punching and punching and punching. And when we see their data, you say, no, this is not possible. This parametric statistics, this non-parametric statistics, how can you be using data collected on nominal scale to do this type of analysis? Because during our own time, I think I did a quantitative technique and statistics at undergraduate twice, even 3 times. 100 level, we did compulsory mathematics. 200 level, we did quantitative techniques in geography. 300 level, we did research methodology, where we did statistics. So we are now used to all the rules, or what we call assumptions, before you use any statistical tool. There are assumptions. You cannot use t-test when you are supposed to use Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. When your data is not on a ratio scale. That is what we went through during our own time. Look at some of the things we must cram and know that must be part and parcel of us. The data, before you use parametric statistics, you'll be wondering, what is even parametric statistics? Each data point must be unrelated to the other, no repeated measures. So you have to carry out some tests first, whether your data meet this assumption of independence. You look at your study design, you do Dobby-Watson test for time series. Then it must meet normality assumptions, continuous variables. It must be continuous. It should follow normal distribution, bell shape, Gaussian, bell-shaped distribution. No skewness. Your data must not be skewed. Then you first perform a test on your data again. Shapiro-Wilk, Kolmogorov-Smirnov test, QQ plot, skewness test, kurtosis test. You do homogeneity of variance, homoscedasticity. Oh, this one want to make me to lose my teeth again. Homoscedasticity. Oh, that is the group being compared should have similar variances. Their standard deviation from the mean must be very close to each other. So you have to perform Levenes test. You do visual inspection of residual plots just before you analyze data to know which type of statistics you use. It must meet linearity assumption. There must not be any extreme value, what is called outliers. You must do box plots, z-score, Cook distance in regression, and samples should be randomly selected. All these rules, even when you go to pay somebody to do your analysis for you, it will still be garbage in, garbage out. That's what we faced. But these days, AI has taken this heat off our head. We now have AI tools that when it sees your data, it knows whether your data is nominal, ordinal, ratio, or interval. When you click a variable, it now knows whether you want to test an hypothesis or whether you want to do descriptive analysis. When you want to do hypothesis, it will set your hypothesis for you. HO, there is no statistically significant difference between so and so. H1, there is a statistically, it will set it. It will set your p-value. It will carry out all the tests. It will show you the results. And when your data fails the assumptions of a particular statistics, it will suggest an equivalent non-parametric statistics. Is that not wonderful? How can somebody now say we should not use AI when we cannot do perfect job? One secret I've come to know is that those people who criticize people for using AI, they are the ones using AI the most, except that they are more careful. We can't run away from AI. We cannot spend all our time when we are not in statistics department or in mathematics department learning all the rules and regulations and assumptions when we can do it digitally. Now, we do some practice. We have asked you to register with Statistical. It's a free browser-based, though I've downloaded it to my own laptop. If you use Chrome, it will ask you to download to your laptop. Very, very powerful. We will first look at all what it can do before we go into practical session. Can do your descriptive statistics, do t-test, one sample, independent sample, peer t-test, ANOVA, one-way, two-way, repeated, non-parametric statistics, Mann-Whitney U-test, Wilkinson sign test, cross-Kawali, Friedman, correlation, Pearson or Spearman, regression, simple linear, multiple linear, logistic regression, categorical tests like chi-square test. Very easy to do, very intuitive. Learning curve is not steep at all, very gentle. You hit the ground and you start running. It comes with its own practice data. So you are not going to load any data. We use the practice data that came with it. When you go to Google, you type statistics. This is what you see. You click the first one there. It asks you to register. And then you will see the sample data like this. What is this data telling us? It's showing us the gender, the salary, the age, the place, the weight, the company, and academic degree. And if you look at the top of those column headings, you will see that automatically it has identified that gender is a nominal data. It has seen salary that it is figures. And that's a measured data, ratio scale. The same thing with age. It looks at place, you say, these are sentences, so it's nominal, it's labeled. Weight is a metric, measured, continuous variables. Company is a label, it's nominal. And academic degree, though it's a label, but it knows that it has rank, that this is ranking. Somebody that has no degree is lower than somebody that just has bachelor. And somebody that has bachelor is lower than somebody who has master. So you know this is ordinary. Very intelligent. But then you have to look at it a second time. You don't assume. That's what we first started emphasizing, woman's supervision. So you can change if it's mistakenly say weight is a label or academic degree is nominal. You can click that down arrow on top and change it to ordinal. You'll be sure before you go ahead. Don't too much rely on what AI gives you. In fact, most AI, they are very, very honest. When they give you output at the bottom, go and read it. They say this is just AI. Oh. Don't too much rely on the information I've given you. They are honest. So at the bottom of that table, it will list all the variables it has identified. Under metric, measure data, it puts salary, age, and weight. Under ordinal, it separates academic degree and then nominal. When you click any one or two of these variables, it gives you descriptive statistics that are possible. If you click metric, it knows you can do mean, median, mode, sum, standard deviation, skewness, kurtosis, and so on. But if you click gender, it knows that you cannot do mean, median, mode. It will not appear. It knows that it's only frequency. How many are male? How many are female? And immediately you click any variable on top here, automatically it computes for you. So like I click two variables, salary and academic degree. It has done what we call cross tabulation. For salary, for somebody without degree, the mean salary is $2,326. Standard deviation is this, minimum value is this, maximum is this. For those bachelor, it has done their own too, and so on and so forth. Then it says you can do parametric statistics, and it has put the level of significance at 0.05. That's what we use mainly in social sciences. But those in life sciences, medicine, and others, they say their own as 0.01. How much risk do you want to allow to make mistake and still accept the outcome? We are not too strict in social sciences, but in medicine, it's like, say, how many people do you will you agree to use a medicine if 15 people out of 100 died using that medicine? That p-value is too high. Even if only 5%, that's why they said they are at 1%, 1%, 0.01. There's no drug that does not have the side effects, so it cannot be 100%. So it already set it without you having any input there. Then they said the hypothesis for you at the bottom. There is no difference between the three categories of independent variable, that is academic degree, with respect to the dependent variable, salary. The H1, alternative hypothesis, is there. There is facility to test the assumption. And then if you don't know how to interpret your word, because PG school will say, use upper format, even for your table and for your results. You don't even know how to state your result in upper format. This software will do it. So it performs maneuver on the two variables that I selected, because it knows that one of the variable is ordinal and the other one is ratio. So it knows it's ANOVA. It has done the analysis. It has computed the F value which you are looking for and the P value. It did the effect size, and you can see copy in red on top of them. Once you click copy, that is how you can go and paste it in your Microsoft Word document. It did the effect size, it did Bonferroni post hoc test and other tests automatically. These are the other tests it has done. Fisher's test. It can also do your regression analysis straight away, but it doesn't know your dependent variable. So here, since you know that your academic degree will determine your salary, so for dependent variable, it is the salary that depends on academic degree. So you click salary, and automatically you will see the regression equation. Y equals A plus BX. It will give you the value. If there's any important charts that must be prepared, it will prepare it automatically. Look at even the box plot to help us know whether the data is normally distributed or is skewed. On its own, just by clicking, maybe your objective one is that to see the effect of academic degree on salary. It will just prepare all the tables and the charts and the analysis. Don't rush to go and publish results. This software allows you to test the assumption, whether they are correct, and then to summarize for you. If it says your data does not meet the assumptions of parametric tests, especially ANOVA, we ask you to shift to non-parametric test, and it will suggest for you the non-parametric equivalent of the parametric statistics. what equivalent of ANOVA can we use when my data does not meet ANOVA assumptions? So you go back here under ANOVA, test assumption. Let's test assumption. When we click test assumption, this is what it gave us. The Levenes test, Brown-Forsyth test, test for normal distribution, the histogram, the quartile, QQ plot. Your data is normally distributed if all the dots lie exactly on the straight line of best fit. But if you scatter around too much, then you will know that your data does not meet that assumption. Then, how do I report my results? You just go and click summary in words and look at how it writes your report. A one-factor analysis of variance has shown that there is no significant difference between academic degree and salary. Upper method of reporting require that you put the value, and it has helped you put the value. F is this, and the P is this. Therefore, with the available data, the null hypothesis is not rejected. We fail to reject the null hypothesis. Some people will say the null hypothesis is accepted, but this is a better way of reporting it. We fail to reject the null hypothesis. All other results are there. Now, again, you can copy. How do I report? It only reported the final answer. But if you see something like this, a Levenes test, has this one told us whether the data is correct or not? You can copy it and go into any generative AI. I use Qwen AI. You can use ChatGPT. You can use Gemini. You can use Cloud. You can use Grok. Any generative AI. So I copied this. I pasted in a Qwen. And this is what we say. You say, when writing up your analysis, Levenes test indicated that the assumption of homogeneity of variance was met. Clap for our data. This conclusion was corroborated by more robust Brown-Forsyth test based on medians. Put the result. Therefore, the standard ANOVA procedure, assuming equal variance, were applied. So we can go ahead and report our ANOVA. ANOVA is appropriate for the analysis we have done. Supposing it says our data did not meet the assumption, you go up again under hypothesis test. You click non-parametric test. It tells you that cross-Kawali is the equivalent alternative. Then you click summary in words. It performs it and see the summary again. A cross-Kawali test shows that there is no significant difference between the categories, academic degree and salary. P is this. Thus, with the available data, the null hypothesis is not rejected. The same results. This has taken the heat off our head. Whether academic or non-academic, these two software, there are others. But this one look like one-stop software, or what Yoruba people call gbogbo nse. One medicine cures all, especially that notebook. The only thing that one cannot do is to do analysis like this. And that's why we have introduced this free AI-enabled software. Well, let's just look at prohibited uses before we do the practical. Don't use AI to write entire essay. Don't use to generate work as original. And many don'ts. You will get the presentation. Don't use it to fabricate research data. Don't generate fake citation. Don't use it to plagiarize. Don't manipulate research outcome. even non-academic staff, don't use it to generate work that infringes on existing copyrights. Don't use it to reproduce. Because today, you can take one picture, one diagram, and ask AI to generate a prompt that will help you to reproduce the same thing exactly, and it will do it. Don't claim AI-generated content as original intellectual property. It goes on and on and on and on. But you can use it 100% to generate content for and update your lecture notes. You can ask AI, write on a
Hello,
table,
Prof.
any topic that you want to go and teach.
Prof, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Please, sir, you have just 5 minutes.
Yes, I'm looking at it. Yes.
Okay, sir.
That's why I'm rushing this area. So
Yes,
you
sir.
get it. Let me say that I have over 66 AI for all purposes in this book. 69 of them. There's another one for unlocking academic success. There's another one on prompt. My WhatsApp number is there. You get it online. I think all the 3 of them for about 4,000 naira. All details, including screenshots. Now let's go for practical. How do I leave this place now? I can't see. Okay, I've seen it. Stop share. Let us quickly see how we can use we'll be very fast. I've already shown the this is the data that came with statistics. You can copy from Excel and paste directly, or you can import from your desktop. So this is what we have at the bottom of that spreadsheet. All your variables are here. This is how I pick salary and academic degree. And immediately, it has done mean median standard deviation. If you uncheck minimum, you uncheck maximum, you see it keep decreasing. If you click skew, it will add it. You click cutoff, it's automatic. Then this is the hypothesis testing, parametric. And then it has explain my results because it has already done it. Look at the result. When you click, even this table, instead of going to coin as I did before, you can just click and say, explain this table. Oh, that one you have to go to another software. It's not free here. These are everything that we have done. The one we didn't do is regression. So now let us choose dependent variable. And then we pick independent variable, which is a salary. This is the results. And then you can copy any of this, or we go back to explain my results here. The type of analysis with this logistic regression, because one is nominal and one is ordinal. For this analysis, it doesn't have explain my results. This one has to be paid for, but you can copy the results and take to any other software. So maybe this is where we stop. From my WhatsApp number, if you have other questions outside today's presentation, I should be able to In fact, that WhatsApp number is where I drop latest in AI, latest about AI virtually every day. So thank you very much for your patience.
Thank you so much, Prof. This is such a wonderful and insightful session. You took time to explain a lot, and I believe that a lot of us have gotten a lot of things today. For me, one of the things that's very, very profound for me today is that AI has come to stay. And also the don't. We shouldn't rely on AI too much. We shouldn't use AI to generate full work because we shouldn't be copy and paste merchants. Thank you so much, Prof. This is so insightful. I believe that this will help us to make informed decisions in our workplaces, in our day-to-day activities using artificial intelligence. Thank you so much. If you have a question, we are going to move into the question and answer section. If you have a question, you can raise your hand. Just a raise of hand. Prof, someone is saying here, Mr. Righteousness, that please, can you allow him to continue with the teaching? It means that they don't really want this call to end, but we are sorry because it is a scheduled meeting for 2 hours.
Exactly. Especially as management staff are also here and have other things to do. But I say they can contact me. I'm always ready. I'm very, very happy when I'm dealing with a student on AI.
So please, your WhatsApp number again.
I believe it's on the slides, right, sir?
It's on the slide. You will get the slide.
Okay. Yes, we are going to share the slide. That's why we are emphasizing on filling the attendance form. Even if you are not going to pay for the certificates, just fill in the attendance form so that you will receive the resources via your email. I'm trying to look for a comment, Prof, from a prof in NMU. I saw it earlier and I was laughing. It's Professor Perich Bena. He said, AI has come to stay. Hallelujah. I am loving this Prof. He loves food too. Interesting, good analogy.
You know, they say Nigerian jollof rice is better than that of Ghana.
Yes, sir. So if you have a question, please just erase. And we have a lot of comments, very insightful. Thank you, sir. So I'm still asking for the WhatsApp number. Please fill the attendance form so that you receive the slides. Thank you. This is from the Prof that made a comment about you loving food. Thank you, Prof, for a wonderful eye-opening presentation. So we have a lot of comments and a lot of people are uploading their practical, especially the last one. So thank you so much, Prof. This is very insightful. This is from Mr. Kazim Musa. It's such an eye-opening lecture. Please, can we get the copy of the lecture? Yes, please, just fill the attendance form and you will get it. Still trying to scroll to see if there's a question. This is from Mr. Kamaldin Suleiman. He said, thank you for the beautiful teaching, not just presentation. Look like we should not stop. Yes, attendance. Okay, we have a lot of people raising hands. So Mr. Righteousness, you go first, please. Unmute and speak.
All right, good afternoon, Prof. Thank you so much for the lecture. I think there was a time when you were presenting, you talked about your book. I didn't get that part clear. So if there's a book for all these things you're talking about, how can we easily get the book? That's just my question. Since you are sending the slides to our email, I think I'm okay with everything. Thank you.
Yes, more than 68 different software for all location. They are in that major book. Then the other 2 books are free together with it. Everything is 4,000 soft copy. You will just WhatsApp me so that I don't be doing advertisement here.
Okay, so Mr. Charles, go on mute and ask your question. Are you there? Okay, let's take the next person. Mr. Prater Onisha, please go on with your question.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, my question is, you made mention of when use AI for information, like use AI to get your information, and there are tools called AI detection tools that. Can you hear me, sir?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, we are hearing.
You see John. Okay.
That
Yes, I
actually
did.
tell.
Please unmute your
me,
microphone. You're not asked to speak.
Hello, sir.
Yes, we are listening.
Yes, I was asking that you in your lecture you make mention of if you use AI tools to get information, that there are other AI tools that can actually detect if this information was gotten from AI, right?
Yes.
My question is if you actually construct the information yourself, you got the information from your intellect and then put it down to AI for it to correct some of your write-ups like grammatical errors and all that. Will those AI detection tools still detect those information like an information that was generated from AI?
Prof, are you
Hello,
there?
sir. Did you get it?
Prof. Please, I can see that Mr. Charles is already on. Please ask your question so that Prof will take them together.
Okay. How do you say I want to mix this thing? How do I want to mix it?
We can already hear you.
Just press on the unmute. It will unmute
Hello?
your mic.
Yes, we can
Just
hear you.
click on the unmute. It will unmute your
Okay.
mic.
Thank you very much, sir, for the very insightful lecture. I just have something to say. I am an information and a public relations person. And over here at Nigeria Maritime University, we actually created a character using AI. But in the presentation, I don't think that was really captured. I don't know if we could tell us what we could do more to use AI for information areas, because AI is popularly known with ChatGPT. And with what you presented and what also I have been observing over time, AI is very broad on so many things. So that's just my question. How can AI further help us in information and public relations? Thank you, sir.
Prof, are you here, sir?
Yes.
Please unmute your mic, sir.
For the first question, we are not totally against the use of AI.
Okay.
If you can paraphrase, even then, after all this, just like Turnitin, we don't say your work must be 100% original. For undergraduate, we allow 25% plagiarism. For masters in my university is 15%, and for PhD 10%. So the same thing with AI, like the journal that I had, we allow 30%. So if you are using it, try as much as possible to paraphrase, to reward whatever AI gives you, and make sure it makes sense. We are not looking for 100% originality. And for university, your position is very sensitive. And the way you use AI, you must be very careful. So what we tell each university to do, is to have their own homegrown agentic AI that will be hosted in their own university server. However, if you must write something, maybe the vice chancellor made a speech somewhere and you want to do some, you want to report it, then when you go online first, you remove the name of the vice chancellor, you remove the name of the university, you use a proxy name, and then when it has helped you to rewrite properly, you now insert your own sensitive information into it and publish. So the most important thing for sensitive position, like the one that will be handling university database, is not to throw everything to the cloud or to AI, but to have in-house AI that can handle that. I'm not knowledgeable in that. I'm not a programmer, but your IT department can be given that task. That's the only way out. In fact, there is a site I always visit every day. The title of that site is "There is AI for Everything." So when you are asking for what else can we use AI for in my university, you can use AI to mark attendance, lecture attendance. Instead of after the lecturer will now spend another 15 minutes marking attendance. You can use AI for so many things. You identify a problem first. You can ask AI how to go about it, and then you can assemble your local experts to now develop software that can reside in your own university server or in your laptop if the information you want to use it to generate or to process is very sensitive.
Okay, sir. So I want to take question from the comment box. One from Dr. Doris. She said, please, sir, why do some lecturers frown at students using AI in writing, but you encourage the use?
Yes, it's just the excessive use of AI by students. If a student has a topic and he doesn't know how to go about the topic, he can ask AI about, for example, the outline, what and what he should cover. There's no problem about that. He can ask AI to help draft specific objectives from the topic. You can use AI and AI-enabled software to do literature, just as I've illustrated. There's nothing wrong about that. But now you have a table, you have data. You now ask AI to start interpreting data. It will be talking generically. It will not relate it to your study area. It will look at gender distribution, and you'll be saying that in that community, there is skewness, there is it's not gender friendly. Whereas gender friendliness is not your topic, but you're only showing people who responded to your question. That is what we now see in student project. That's why lecturers and supervisors are not happy with the way they use it. No human supervision. Just generate information and begin to submit. But if it is to brainstorm, to get idea, to rephrase, to paraphrase, to correct grammar, to do literature review, to analyze data, but you are now the one to interpret your data or to check what AI gives you to make sure that it's specific to your study and your study area, there will not be any problem.
Okay, sir. So somebody was asking how much is the book you talked about. So when you reach out to Prof, you get an answer to that. I believe that. So we have other questions. This one is from Prince Joseph. He said, Prof, sir, how do we overcome the challenge of AI detection when making use of these different AI platforms?
It's because I'm used to them and I'm familiar with their language. I listed some of them that I compile there. So once you will see when student is writing introduction, page 1, you will see the grammar and everything. But when you get to other session, you see that they have upgraded to professorial level with the type of grammar they are blowing. So you will know, even without running any AI detection software. They should try as much as possible to be original. But they
Okay,
want to
sir.
get 100 over 100. And then their work is too mechanical.
So, sir, we have another question. Sir, I'm seeing a lot of questions. Please, this one is from Mr. Sadiq Lawa. He said, please, how do we use it to dissect machines for those of us in mechanical engineering?
There are different software. If it's engineering, there are software that can design and can detect or evaluate researchers' design. Since I'm not in that area, but I've been coming across them. If the person send the question to my WhatsApp, I'll be able to look for software in those areas and reply him. There are those that are meant for chemistry and all those algorithm or those things they draw. There are those for engineering that can evaluate, that can design, and many of them. But if it is in social science, that's my own area. I can answer that. But I can get for the person.
Okay, sir. So the person should also link up with you, right?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So another
Please, we
question.
need Prof WhatsApp number, please.
Yes, once you get the slide, the number is included. Please make sure you fill the attendance so that you will not miss out on this. This is just a comment, Prof. Somebody is saying that AI will make people jobless if we don't update our skills. As we see the positive side of AI, also make a lot of researchers or students lazy in terms of thinking rather. So Prof, I've already said that.
Exactly.
That is why we must also, yes, sir.
Yes, you are correct. It will make people lazy, but people are saying it will not make people to lose their job. If you know how to prompt and use AI to help your organization, you will retain your job.
True, sir.
It's this prompting engineering that is important. You may have all the AI in the world, but it may not be giving you the specific answer if you don't know how to prompt.
Very true, sir. So, sir, another question from Mr. Michael. He said, thank you, Prof, for the detailed lecture. My question is, if I use AI to humanize my AI-generated text, can it still be detected as AI-generated text?
If what you humanize makes sense, let me give you a popular example. In microbiology, somebody got material, downloaded it and used it, and said all the specimens were subjected to culture in the laboratory. I think we understand what culture means there. They will culture the urine, they will culture the whatever sample they take from the body. And this person went to humanize and paraphrase and said they will take all the samples to tradition in the laboratory. You know, culture and tradition in the normal parlance mean the same thing. But in scientific writing, culture means growing certain things inside the laboratory. But he changed culture to tradition, and it doesn't make sense again. So you still have to be careful of what you use AI to do. You read over, that's what you mean by human supervision. Is it making sense? Is it relating to what I'm saying? Is it relevant to my study area? Is this what I expect?
Yes, sir. So another question, sir, from Dr. Topic. It says, sir, how can one reference a work developed from the use of AI?
Very good, and it's an important omission from my lecture. I ought to have ended it that way. You reference it. Even we are already moving it in my university. In that is it attestation page, those preliminary pages of thesis, where we say I attest that this work is my original work. You now have to put, except that I use Grammarly to correct my grammar and use statistics to do my analysis. It has to be declared. And when you are referencing, you reference that AI. You go to their site, get their URL, and put it in your references. That is what we have in our own AI policy in FootMina now. You have to reference it. Go to their site and get proper reference.
Okay, sir. So we have another question. Say, Prof, with the growing nature of AI, will it not take over our real human jobs?
So just as I illustrated with that of calculator, we are still producing great mathematicians and great scientists. We just have to keep on adapting to new situation. So AI is the new normal now. We have to have policies to guide it, ethics of it, using it in the laboratory, using it in the classroom. We have to live with it.
Sorry, please.
A geographer does not need to know quadratic equation before he apply quantitative techniques to his study. So we don't need to go back into all those details. If AI can save us time from that area, as long as we are applying it to our own field, it saves time.
Truly, sir. So we have another question. My question is, what is the secret to a very good AI prompt?
It's a topic for another day. There are structure that we follow. If you are a medical doctor and you want to use AI, you will first instruct AI to assume a role, act as a medical doctor. So it will use, when it's now giving you output, it will use medical jargons for you. If you are a lecturer, say act as a lecturer, then it will not talk as if it's writing for a student magazine. So you assign a role, you define the area you want it to touch, you define the type of English it should use, you define the tone that you use. Is it a serious matter, formal tone? Is it academic tone? Is it religious tone? All these things have to be part of the input into your prompt.
Okay, sir. I'm going to look at from YouTube. We have some questions there. Say, sir, please, how do you use AI to detect error in one's work? So there are errors in work.
Okay. Some AI, you just copy part of the area you want to evaluate and paste. You don't submit the entire thesis because AI can use it to be training others, and probably in future when they test for plagiarism, they will say you plagiarize your work. But Microsoft Office did something recently, but they have removed it again. They embedded Copilot into Microsoft Word, into PowerPoint, into Excel, so that when you open a topic, then on the right pane, there is a place you can input whatever you want to input. Write a critique of this thesis, and it will do it without stealing your data. Now, maybe they use it for us to taste. Later on, they have removed it. Even though if you subscribe to Office 365, you still have to subscribe to Microsoft Copilot before it can work inside Microsoft Excel. But when you copy your work and paste online, it's not proper to do that. That's why each university now should domesticate it, have their own AI that can evaluate student work without uploading anything, that can do registry work without uploading anything.
Okay, sir, this will be the last question. It is still from Mr. Righteous. He said, Prof, I have uploaded PDFs on one of the AI tools that will assist me summarize the document. Can I copy and paste a summary of my MS Word and later submit for journal publication? Will it not be flagged as AI generated?
See, when you copy that summary and paste in Word, you still look at it and ensure that you still paraphrase. Paraphrasing is the key thing, and you must be skillful in paraphrasing without losing the original thought. And then some journal, just like our own, we accept up to 30% AI imprint. You cannot run away from it.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prof. I'm going to hand over to Dr. Fatima now. Dr. Fatima, are you online?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I hope you cannot hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. It's been, we've been online for 2 good hours, and from the 2 hours we've been listening to 45 minutes. Wow. Thank you so much, Prof. Please, if you enjoy this conversation, I want you to use the love emoji, clap emoji, whatever emoji you can, or just drop "thank you, Prof" in the comment section. We need to celebrate Professor Oluwole Morenikeji. We need to celebrate him. Thank you, everyone. Let's keep it coming, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. It's a privilege. Thank you so much.
Appreciate the distinguished Vice Chancellor of the Nigerian Maritime University, Professor Florida Oluwafemi, the Deputy Vice Chancellors, the Bossa, the Registrar, the Provost of Okerenkoko, who has been online from the beginning till now, Professor Bariweni Perekibina, our highly esteemed facilitator, Professor Oluwole Morenikeji, this call, and the ones that were not able to join, those on the YouTube platform watching, my academic colleagues from the Nigerian Maritime University and from other institutions, university librarians of various universities online, our international participants, and the dedicated non-teaching staff of the Nigerian Maritime University, the registry staff, my librarians, NMU librarians, a wonderful team, and library staff, our dear cadets and students, invited guests, all participants, thank you. I want to sincerely appreciate my co-hosts in person of the registrar of the Nigerian Maritime University, Dr. Paul Bebenimibo, for the guidance, the support, and the presence all through the session. And again, to our distinguished facilitator, Professor Morenikeji, we truly appreciate you, sir. We celebrate and we hail you for your excellent delivery, your in-depth knowledge, the practical insights, the funny examples. You have not only made a presentation, you have taught us like you have always been doing. You have also inspired us to think differently about artificial intelligence and its relevance to our academic work and to registry work, including administrative duties. And of course, to my hardworking and dedicated librarians and library staff, I say a very big thank you. Your commitment, the teamwork, the resilience, despite challenges on campus, made this program a success. I am truly proud of you all. Thank you, everyone, for the enthusiasm, for the participation. And I want to also acknowledge everyone who contributed in one way or the other to the success of the program. May the knowledge gained today continue to guide us as we embrace artificial intelligence in our teaching, learning, research, and administrative work. On this note, I formally declare this training webinar closed. And remember to fill the attendance register. Prof's WhatsApp number is on his slides. We are going to share it within the next 24 hours. We are also going to attach a link to the recording, because this is not a presentation that you would want to watch and forget it. Okay, so we'll attach the link to the YouTube and then the recording as well, the slides, the certificate for those that are interested. Everything will be embedded in the email that you will get shortly. Thank you so much. Thank you, all the university librarians. Professor Mercy from PUPRI, I appreciate you. You are always present and joining us during our workshops. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Thank you. Martha, over to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, everyone. Please make sure you fill the attendance form so that you receive all the necessary resources. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.